everyone. Hey, everybody. I'm Shelley here with, oh my gosh, brand new excited consultants. I'm excited for you guys. Today is September 2nd, and we're going to just record this so that for our future new folks, you guys can, boom, get started right away with the pieces that will help you know where your resources are. So that's kind of what we're about today. So I have on the line, who do I have here? Introduce yourself and tell us why you're so excited. I know why you're excited, but tell everybody else. Ms. Peggy?
I am Peggy Lowry, and I'm excited because great new things to help with my different lifestyle I live now, and hopefully to get my husband and son as healthy too.
That clearly worked for Maggie. Check you out. That's awesome. And you're up in Port Orchard, Washington, right?
Yes.
All of you are?
Yep.
Okay. I get to come and do a team visit, which will be so excellent. I love that. Very, very good. And Peggy just ordered her kit, and we're going to kind of give her some. What are you scooping there, my dear?
Rice. Make rice pillows.
Rice pillows. Okay, she's a multitasker. Yeah. She's very efficient. We're gonna be.
I am.
Okay, and Maggie and Casey, what is you were just telling me what's sitting in front of your front door?
The quick cooker in its box currently.
Nice.
Because we don't want to open it until we get the other two boxes. But it is very tempting.
That is I don't possess that kind of willpower. Good job. I've had a chance to talk with each of you. You guys all were super smart. Got your kits ordered in the month of August, and you picked the ultimate kit. We can offer this to your friends. There's a $99 kit folks can get started with Pampered Chef, a middle-sized one, and they just kind of build on each other. But the big one has got a quick cooker and a rock crock Dutch oven in it, and so we're super jazzed that you guys get rock crocks and quick cookers into your kitchens in order to help you get Pampered Chef rolling here. That's marvelous. And did you see the news that just announced yesterday for new folks giving Pampered Chef a 30-day try in September? Did you guys see the news?
The blender?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They can get a $349 blender for free.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And if you don't have it yet, and do you guys have yours ordered?
We ordered ours, yes. Just don't have it yet.
Okay. And Peggy's going to have to see about that too. So I love it. Okay. So we've got a handful of things going on, but I do want to make sure that we know, Peggy knows kind of what the resources are for you. So Maggie and Casey, you guys just got started last week, and Peggy did her party and had 3 or 4 bookings. And tell me why you changed your mind. I was just explaining to Maggie that we had started to get you going in the end of July, early August, and you said no. What changed your mind?
Just the way the party went. Just the, granted, I know it's like scripts, but I was very interactive with that party, which that's how I am with my own business. But it just, and I know that those things are like posted. So, scheduled posted. And I'm like, I can do this. And I just got really excited about all the different things that I couldn't add to my cart. And I wanted more stuff.
Yeah. And you're not alone. Everybody, the case in point, just simply the online auction that I did this weekend. There were almost $1,000 worth of Pampered Chef goodies, all at half price, that are leaving this house. Thank goodness. So that is there's so much excitement right now. You're in a really, really good situation, good place. So your host this month can get a quick cooker or a blender at 60% off, which is fabulous. And then they just announced that, and there's actually a couple cookware choices if they already have their blender and their quick cooker and they want cookware. So the September bonus is brilliant, and they just added an extra $100 in free for your host when their parties hit 500.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Peggy's qualifies for that. Maggie and Casey, you guys, your launch party starts Friday, and you're the hosts.
Yes.
I'm your helper bee. So we want to kind of do a couple things, but I want to pop into Consultants Corner, make sure Peggy knows what resources are there, and show you Dash a little bit, because Maggie, you guys have got, did you get your Facebook business page set up?
Yes.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I do too.
And you do too. Check you guys out. That's marvelous. All right. So this will be quick then. Let me share my screen real quick. And what you want to do is go to, let's go to, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I've been over here working on my fundraisers and stuff. But if you just go to pamperedchef.com, Peggy, have you logged in yet?
Yes.
Okay, so you know where to log in up here at the top. And Consultants Corner is our back office that is stupendous, and it's got a ton of really great resources for you. Amongst them are that's where you manage all of your parties, and there's a handy menu right here over the side. The place where you find a lot of these gorgeous pictures and images and everything for the season is called marketing imagery, which makes sense. It's all very intuitive, and it runs really well just from your cell phone. So if you put in fall winter 19 FW19, you can find a lot of the really well done pictures that will that you can use in your parties. There's lots of resources for those, but there's also videos in here, and the videos capture everybody's attention. So I just put up the one on how to make pretzels, and it's adorable. It's super, super cute, and so you can access it from your phone when you're in your kitchen wanting to make pretzels and see how to do it. So they're very accessible. And I would recommend, if there's ones that you want to use on a regular basis, download them to your computer. When you upload them, then they run in real time rather than a link that somebody can click on. That's fun. And then if you go back home again, kind of a dashboard where you can see everything, but Dash right here is our training platform, Peggy. And when you click through this, it's actually kind of set up very much like those games that we're all addicted to. There's badges that you can earn, and you can earn points, and our team tends to compete just a smidge. We do get very competitive. You can see on our team, Kate McGuire's leading the pack with 1,020 points. Good gracious. Rosario and Mary's brand new. She's coming up right there. I'm lagging quite substantially with 180 points, so I need to go chop chop. But I do need to see whether there's Maggie. Okay, so I've at least got a couple on Maggie and Casey. Good job. Maggie, you've been in here a couple times. How has this been working for you, the Dash?
Well, I've actually been kind of enjoying it, because yesterday morning I got on and I did quite a few of them, and there was definitely some interesting ones that came up, like, and I found out questions from reading them and doing them. But it also kind of, I answered the questions based off like my why, thinking that Casey was the same way. But then when we talked this morning, it kind of wasn't the same. So it was kind of nice to just see that little bit of that difference in there. But yeah, it's definitely, I like it. It's very interactive, which is great. And then it's picking things for other questions and finding out other things. So
they're just little tiny bits.
Little tiny bits. And I literally did a couple of them in like probably the 30 minutes I was sitting here. But and then there's one that takes like 10 minutes that I was going to do. But
That's
it's so
probably the longest one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so tiny that it's great, because you can kind of just read them, and then I can go back, because I went back and watched a couple, because Daddy was like, oh, I need to rewatch that one again. So
yeah, they're accessible so that you can watch them again. The little search bar up here is really helpful. So Peggy, what you need to know is that this is a very intuitively designed thing, and it puts your tasks in front of you based on what you've done and where you are. So if you're looking at my Dash right now, and it says share testimonials to motivate your new consultant, because I just recruited a bunch of people. So it's bringing things up to tell me, here's what you want to do with those new people next. connect with your recruit, touch base, goals. So that's why mine is populated with all this stuff, because I helped bring on board 4 new people in the month of August. Yours, though, will be all about setting your goals for your first month and getting used to the new products and how to set up your Facebook business page. That's one of the things I wanted to just show you. If you were trying to help somebody get themselves started, all you do is type it in here, and it goes, ta-da, here's how to set up your Facebook business page. And it's 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. And it gives you examples and whatnot. So really, as you run into people who are interested in getting started, you don't have to train them. It just starts, popping up for them as they need it. And just like it's happening for you. So I wanted to make sure you saw that. Peggy, is that helpful?
Yeah, I have actually played around with it quite a bit, but I had a problem on my phone. It wouldn't, when I was I was trying to change like the profile picture, and for some reason on my phone it wouldn't work. So I actually have my Surface Pro up here that I'm going to work on in a little bit here. So
you'll be able to give us some info about that.
Yep.
So perfect.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. Now for each of you, I need you to do a very important step today, tomorrow. Okay. And you need to set up your parties. So right here from the home page, your parties and orders. And the reason is I'm going to be running the content on your Facebook pages, and I'm going to make your Facebook pages, and I'm going to make them in my Facebook business page. But going forward, you'll make yours starting the next Friday. Every Friday are the dates that you can start new online parties. So September 6th, September 13th, 20th, 27th, etc. For the 13th parties that you schedule, you'll set those up on Facebook, okay, from your business pages. For this week, I'll do it for you so that I can have my automatic post scheduler schedule into your parties, okay? That'll be a piece that goes on your to-do list that we'll take a look at, and it's called Post My Party, just so that you know. And it, Peggy used it for previous parties. So I have my current party that's going on, online party right now. Things are posting right now to it, and I will share these templates with you. And I took some time to make sure to update them for our new season as well. So there's good stuff in here. But what you want to do is go and set up an actual party. Let me show you the one that's going on right now. The reason you guys need to set it up is you are the consultants for these parties that are starting on the 6th. And so when you set one up, it'll prompt you for name and address and all that. Peggy, you're going to be setting the one up for Rachel, and I'll walk you through that. Name, contact info, all of this is pretty self-explanatory. But when it comes to links right here, this one that you set up that says pamperedchef.com/party/ it'll show up with a bunch of gobbledygook, ABC, XYZ. You're going to put the name in there of your host. Maggie, this is going to be you guys this coming Friday. Peggy will set hers up for Rachel. And then there's a place to put in the Facebook link. But and this is what it'll look like. Does this look familiar, this format right here?
Mm-hmm.
When you clicked on the link to order on any of the last parties, or just check it out. So this is an online party that's ending here this Wednesday. And it's pretty cool. It makes it accessible to everybody. But I need you to set those up from your consultant's corner so that when people order, it goes to you, not to me, correct?
Okay.
Correct.
So when you have questions about that, let me know. But I wanted to just get that on your to-do list as we set up your parties. We'll need that link ready to go. Okay. Stop sharing for a second. So just was kind of a real quick overview of what's in Consultant's Corner. There are a lot of areas that you can play with. I want you to kind of stay focused on Dash for the short term. And there's a couple really key reasons why. As We talked about what's in it for you and what you want to get out of your new side gig with Pampered Chef. I know that Maggie and Casey, you guys have a lot of Pampered Chef products already. Peggy, you had a lot that showed up on your wish list. Maggie, you've got more you want, right?
Oh yes, I think there's more that I want, but I think there's more that you want.
Yeah.
Right. a growing list, right?
Right.
Okay. And I hope so. I sure hope so. Okay. I'm going to share my screen one more time and show you I'm going to show Peggy this roadmap. Peggy, that looks familiar from last time. I shared that roadmap with you last time, right? Okay. The thing I want to see about this as I open it up is that where is it's this one right here. Okay, this really is the one you want to print out and put on your fridge and on your bathroom mirror. And you know, it's not my place to set your goals for you, but what Pampered Chef does is they put outrageously huge incentives available for you, and they've reorganized things so that there's actually not just really awesome products that you can earn in addition to your commission for free, but there's cash bonuses that can kind of explode. And I think this is when we talked about this last week, Casey, this is where you kind of perked up a little bit, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Me too. Yeah. When I sat in Chicago at our national conference in late July and then heard about this in 19 years, they have not made this sheer magnitude of cash bonuses available. But it starts out really, really simple with your start date in the first 30 days from the day that your kit lands on your porch. You're earning that special incentive that you had available in the month of August. And what was that? Here's a quiz question for you.
The money back.
Yeah.
The cost, the rebate on your kit, right? So day one is you want to keep track of which day 30, what your date is for your 30th day, what your date is for your 90th day. Do you guys know what they are? Any ideas?
Well, with ours, would it be when we received all the kit or just the first box of the kit?
Your 30th day is probably the day day one is the day your kit arrives, and I'm showing that your 30th day is October 4th.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So they give you basically a whole week and 30 days. So it's October 4th.
Cool.
Yours is probably going to be around the October 7th, 8th. If you want to look that up and find that, because when your goal is to hit $12.50 in sales within that first month. Now, Peggy's party, as a point of reference, was $700.
Right.
So it would take her less than 2 of those to hit that $12.50.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what happens, because those show averages kind of start to accelerate this time of year. Nationwide, our online show average is $325 per party. When I first started doing those, I was right on that. I was hitting those. Now my show average is $600, $700, $800. They're offering an extra $100 in free products for hosts this month when they hit 500. So 2-3 parties are going to get you up to your $12.50. Right. And at that point, when you hit 500, you get a nifty Keen ceramic egg cooker and a mini skinny scraper. And then when you hit $12.50, you get the 8-inch nonstick fry pan in addition to your commission. Okay. And that rebate. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Your folks getting started are going to be able to earn these plus a quick a cooking blender, a $350 cooking blender. I'm so jealous. That's awesome. Okay, so you follow along here. We do have consultants who very, very comfortably hit 5,000 in their first 90 days. These bonuses are all available in your first 3 months. How does a new knife block set sound, Casey?
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. Okay. You wouldn't turn it away?
No.
Okay. If you want, you can give it away as a Christmas gift. I mean, go ahead. No.
Yeah, no.
All right. And then how to play, you just kind of keep track here. Kind of our guideline for new consultants is for every 4 parties that you do, you invite at least one new person who joins you. And some people do that 4 parties in a month and 1 new consultant in a month. Some people do that in a week. Currently, I'm doing that weekly. I'm doing 4 parties a week and I have at least 1 person who's joining every week. And so at that rate, you are going to be earning what we call fast track to director bonuses. Okay. So the way this works is when you're in your first 90 days, when you have somebody who joins you and gets started, when they hit their 1250, you get a $100 bonus. Nice, huh? Cash bonus, right? But when you've got 5 people grand total who have joined you, and I've done that 3 times since June, just saying, okay, we've rolled that 5 over 3 times, you get invited to be what we call a director. And if you do it within your first 90 days, 3 months, we're talking in between now and December, when you get to that director level, number 1, they send you boxes with all of the current new products. That's a cooking blender and everything else that just launched yesterday, just saying, that's the director benefit. And you get a $500 cash bonus. Nice. You already earned $500. Now you're getting another $500.
Right.
You stay a director for 3 more months, they give you another $500. Okay. And your recruiter, actually. So you get the $500, your recruiter gets the $500. Maggie, you need to be getting out the calculator. It's just going to get super big really quick.
Oh,
You guys are Peggy's recruiter. So let's say Peggy doesn't even want to do this full time. She's just cranking along with 4 parties on the schedule for September already. And her friends are already looking at this because they've been asking me questions.
right.
And I help them get started. She hits that director level. She gets a $500 bonus, and so do you. She stays director for 3 more months. She gets another $500, and so do you. Let's say we're giving the same level of support to those folks who are joining in, and they do the same. That moves Peggy up to the advanced director level. She gets a $1,000 bonus, and so do you.
Wow.
Okay, Peggy stays an advanced director for 3 months after that. She gets another $1,000, and so do you. This has the potential to be astronomical. Okay, I welcomed 4 people in August. Let's say 2 of those, half of them, do this. And it happens super fast, especially in this online world where you're doing 2 or 3 parties at a time, or even 1 at a time, and you're doing 2 or 3 or 4 a month. It happens very, very quickly. And so there's the potential for each of those people to earn $3,000 and me to earn $3,000 for each of them. So it's never been done. Pampered Chef has never done something that is so lucrative for new folks before. I don't want you to miss this. Come December, if I hadn't really made this crystal clear, and I know Maggie and KC that you heard me say this exact same thing last week, but it would be absolutely criminal for me if we got to December and you said, I didn't realize. Okay, so I want to make sure I do my part. Are we all right with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good deal. So as we proceed along, you're going to be using Dash. You're going to be tracking your progress, and you're going to do really just stay in touch with the folks that you're talking to. So Peggy did a really good thing. She took her party page that we used for her party last week, and she just transitioned it into her VIP page. Now we call it lovingly a VIP page on Facebook. So a VIP thing is where you've got your most excited Pampered Chef fans versus your business Facebook page. That's your storefront. It's your professional storefront to the world because it's public. Okay. I happen to have done my online auction on my storefront, my business page this weekend. It went from 875 followers up to 910, like that. And and they're super interactive. So that's a good thing. So does that make sense between the two different entities on your Facebook world, right?
Mhm.
So Maggie, what we'll do with your party, once it's done, we will take and hand that group over to you, and that then becomes your VIP page, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I just hit you with a whole bunch of stuff. What questions do you have? Maggie, did it all make sense?
It did make sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Peggy, how about you?
It makes sense. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so good deal. So I knew you guys are on it, and I could kind of just zoom blast through that. I've got some other folks who are like, wait a minute, what? And so as much as you need me, I am here for you to walk you through. Now we've got a couple additional resources to help you guys as specifically kind of like online consultants. And Peggy, tell me, are you thinking typically when someone gets started, they are an in-person Pampered Chef doing in-person classes, or they're online, or they're a combination? Have you given that some thought?
Well, I actually have a vendor event this month also, so that will be in person. And anyway, and then with my shop, I can do like cooking classes and things that way. But I also think that a lot of it would be great just online, because not everybody can make it to a party or a class. So online, I think, is probably the main spot.
Awesome. Awesome. And so what we're doing here, and what we've found, is that the folks who kind of have a combination, some sort of a combination, have the strongest, most solidly growing, you know, businesses as big as you want it to be. Their best. So it's good to kind of do a combination like that. I have a huge in-person party happening this Saturday. And personally, I am having so much fun with my online ones. My in-person ones are getting in the way. I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. I turned down a vendor thing earlier this morning. I usually hand those off to our teammates because I don't, you know, I have 15 scheduled for September. I don't need any more. So this is good. We need more folks to come and help us on all of the above. So my job going forward with you guys then is going to be to teach you the systems that will support you being able to fairly easily be doing those online parties so that they're just smooth. Peggy mentioned the reason when I contacted her on Saturday and we were closing up her order, and I said, now, just FYI, you can apply $50 of your host rewards to the kit, and you have 3 solid September bookings, and there's the chance to get this bonus of a full refund. Are you sure? You know, are you sure? And she goes, because I have questions. And she'd already started reorganizing her host order. You know, I don't need to order that because it's in the kit, and vice versa. So yay, so that's awesome. So that's your job, is to offer that, and then we will plug everybody into this support. So the support, so you've already seen, so Facebook, we have a lot of Pampered Chefs who are doing those online parties that have you by a couple weeks or a couple months. And there is a Facebook message group that's getting kind of big. I may need to morph that in. I'm sorry. It's a message group. You guys let me know if you think we should move it into a group because it's getting kind of full. I've been trying to tell those folks who have got their drill down to kind of like, you don't have to be in this new consultant, new teammate group anymore for these, but they're not leaving them. So there's that. And then the folks that I'm working with, we do have a side Facebook group that is a support group for people specifically doing online parties. I think, Maggie, you're in there so far.
Yes.
And that's where I keep all my systems. We're talking the templates from Post My Party. We're talking the checklist that you use for your party so you don't forget steps, so that you don't have to keep it up here. You have it on a list. Okay? I use an Excel chart, but if Excel's not your thing, that's no problem. I've got kind of just the tasks printed out on paper, put it into Word, whatever's easy for you, but make sure you have that checklist in place. The text replacements for your cell phone so that you can send those messages to the hosts, right? The tracking sheet, yeah. this one. So what do you do first? This right here. Maggie, did you guys get access to that?
Yep, we printed it up and have one.
Okay.
Have a couple actually.
Yeah.
We have a couple printed up.
Okay. A couple, one goes with Casey, one goes with you. And
Pretty
you're
much.
filling them in, and then you cross-check to see you're talking to the same people. And
Yeah.
So I'm going to explain this to Peggy just real quick. That looks like a lot of gibberish and some highlighted stuff, right? But so this is obviously not an electronic system, but it started out just like this, week of, and let me show you your page actually. I put the name of my host up there for the week, and where did you get to? Here it is. So here was Peggy's party for the week of 8/23, and Lori's was going on at the same time. And as I would engage with people, what either about them specifically ordering, them booking, or them doing Pampered Chef, I'd add their name to the list. And these columns say first, second, third, fourth, fifth. As you know, you need to talk with somebody more than once before you end up helping them either book or order or something. People say no to start off with. And if you don't keep track, this is a way of keeping track. And it's been amazing. So if you look up here at the top, there's Linda, your friend Linda.
Mm-hmm.
PL is Peggy, so I know which party she generated from. And she was Linda. And I spoke with her one time, and she booked a party right there for the 13th. Okay. Highlights are bookings. Down here at the bottom is people signing up. These are all the people I'm talking to. I didn't even get a chance to get you highlighted yet because you did it so dang fast. But this started, I really only started doing online parties and using the system on June 13th. And this was pretty blank, just the people I was talking to and the dates that I was talking to them. And this says me, because these weren't even, I didn't have any parties to pull contacts or leads from. And over time, as I got bookings, those are all the bookings that generated from the first 2 people who booked online parties with me. And this took off. These were the leads from those first 2 parties. Again, highlighted bookings and people signing up. This is week after week after week, starting just 2 months ago in June, middle of June, for each of these weeks worth of parties. And I was just doing 2 a week, right? And folks were booking and signing, and this is how I kept track of them. I still have folks on here that I only contacted once, and I do need to go back and say, hey, it's a new season. There's new catalog, and how would you like to do an online party now? But I don't have time, so I need some help. I need you guys to come and do this. Luckily, a lot of folks were signing up. This method, though, stays right here on my desk. When I traveled to Chicago, it went with me. This method is keeping track of who I'm talking to and what, just the dates. Really, it's just the dates. And you know, you want to be the person who, you and I talked about you doing Pampered Chef maybe 1, 2, 3 times. It wasn't until the 5th or 6th time that you actually started considering it. And so that's why this is important. Does it make sense as a system, Peggy?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So I do recommend it. It's Stephen Joseph is the guy whose online party format we're actually following, and he's the one who taught me this. And that's what he uses. And I will tell you, if you haven't heard, that guy started in 2016 and as a consultant, just like you guys, and just promoted to the highest level in the company within less than 3 years. And these are the systems he's using. I just took his stuff exactly and I organized it and I'm teaching it to other people. And if you guys are interested, you can obviously do your business at any level you want, as a hobbyist, as a part-time. But if you're really interested in having this pull in a career level income that can pay your mortgage and more, set you up for retirement, pay your kids' college education while they're still in their teens, these systems will do that. I've got, I some info from him that has just one of his monthly paychecks kind of up at the top, and he earned $12,900 that month, and it was an average month. So not a small thing. Whatever degree you want to do it, that's fine, but I do recommend that you put the systems in place. That way it's easy for you, and we can show those to the folks that you bring on board as well. Okay.
Will I get added to that group? I don't think I have been.
Added to that group. Would you like
what?
Yes,
please.
Okay. I didn't want to pop you in there until I kind of explained, because it's a little overwhelming. It actually started as what I only really just started doing this kind of party in June. And I set that group up with a couple other directors to just who are doing the same, just kind of as a little place for us to chat amongst ourselves and help each other and hold each other's hands. And it's not huge. There's less than 20 people on there, but it's growing really quickly. So now it's called Shelley's Virtual Rockstar Support Group. It's our support group. So yes,
okay.
Happy to add you to it. And
thank you.
Tag you on the different places that I put those resources. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Last thing that I'm going to toss in here is, have you noticed that I use something called Evernote?
We noticed it. I know when I went in to get like the tracking sheet was on Evernote.
It's an Evernote, right?
Yeah, was on Evernote.
Peggy, are you familiar with Evernote at all?
Nope.
Okay. I wasn't either. It is actually the way that I keep track of everything instead of having to remember it, because it syncs between my computer and my phone instantly. It's free. The search mechanism on it is phenomenal. Everybody thinks I'm an absolute and complete stud, because anytime the kids ask me for a password for the Wi-Fi or for their Netflix account or whatever, boom, I have it, because I have everything in Evernote. And Pampered Chef actually invited me like 3 years in a row to be the person at our national conference to teach other consultants how to do their business and keep track of it on Evernote. So you happen to be in really, really good hands for it. So as you are looking for resources, you can save them. You just go to the App Store, download Evernote, and when you get something from me, save it into Evernote. Start putting stuff into it. Once you have some things in it, come back to me and I'll show you exactly why it's magical. Because it is magical. It's completely magical. All right. Good.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. All right. Fabulous. Okay, so we covered lots. We're going to go ahead and wrap up, but I do want to ask, I'm going to give you a chance to ask any questions about what we covered or anything else you need help with, but I would love to hear, for all the things that I covered with you right now, what was the most helpful, the most powerful? So who has a question or wants to tell me what their big aha was from our time together?
Well, I think that Evernote is a great thing for me because it's an organizational thing that I can apply in multiple areas. So
yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I will totally agree with that. You apply it, Pampered Chef, LuLaRoe, personal. And I mean,
yep.
For those of us who are having health things go on and have a gazillion things go on, it will save your life, because that's the place you keep track of everything. The backstory here is in 2013, my business was kind of plugging along, kind of ho-hum. And somebody on one of the director pages mentioned this paperless thing they use called Evernote. And I started playing with it, just self-teaching myself. And a month later, my mother-in-law had a horrific stroke and she was airlifted to Stanford. And we're the closest family members. My husband was in a panic. So I was the person who went and practically lived at Stanford for a week and a half and helped with all the managing and the doctors and the therapists and the occupational things and the social worker and everything. And then everything for months. And I had my cell phone and I'd started managing my parties in Evernote. That month, my average sales went from $3,000 up to $6,000. And I wasn't even in my office. I was gone the whole month. Next month, we had another huge medical emergency, and my stuff stayed at like $6,000-7,000 per month. And it never fell. It never fell. It was so much more easy to keep everything organized and accessible just from my cell phone. So that was kind of how I stumbled upon it. And I happen to be pretty strong with systems, and I will teach you how I use it to implement those systems. Sound good?
Yep.
Awesome. Yep. Maggie, what about for you guys? Kate, C, any specific questions? Was this helpful to kind of hear this again?
Yeah, there were some different things that were kind of shown, I feel, a little bit. Like, you know, like our next step is like getting the party together, you know, so being able to go on to the Pembroke Chef site, you know, consulting there, and then getting your links in there and stuff like that. Because for me, I was just like from the get-go, I know we talked last week, I was just trying to think, like, how are we going to do this, like, virtual party, you know? And, like, I kept thinking in my head, is like, hey, this is, like, a live thing, you know, but which it wasn't, you know, it's just like, you know, I was sitting there looking through, Maggie pulled up Peggy's party and sitting there scrolling through it and stuff like that, and how very interactive it is, you know, it's very, there's a lot going on, definitely. Mm-hmm. Questions, games, you know, talking to other people and stuff like that. So for me, it was just like, all right, so where do we go from here? Right. You know, what's our next step? You know, so it'd be getting onto that site and putting links in the Facebook page and stuff like that for whatnot.
Yeah. And this is training. That these first couple parties are training. You're gonna encounter some like, oh my gosh, I don't understand it, and I'm overwhelmed. You're gonna hit overwhelm. Mm-hmm. The question is, what will you do when you hit that spot? Because you will, when you're learning any new thing. Okay, if you kind of retreat and back up and hide, and then you'll never get past it. But if you push through it and yell at me, I don't care. Scream at me. I've had it. You're telling me to do something and I can't figure it out. Go for it. We will work you through it. Okay. So get through those awkward learning, oh, I don't know what I'm doing stages as quick as possible. Let's blast it. And this party is kind of designed for that. So all that content, I'm gonna be the source of that. And then I'm going to hand it to you so that then you can be the source of it for your future parties. You're going to look amazing together at all. You can start tweaking it to make it sound more like Maggie and KC, right? Mm-hmm. Instead of like Shelley. But it's there as a framework. And I just recently revised everything from the summer to the fall, so that all I have to do is hand that to you. Easy peasy. Okay. All right. Awesome, guys. I want to thank you so much. I'm going to hit the button and turn off the recording, but I'm super proud of you guys. This is going to be a marvelously fun ride. You excited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay.